If you thought being rich meant having a few $1,000,000, you're in for a big surprise. We're about to take a look at the lives of some of the wealthiest people who have ever lived. Even though most of them lived hundreds of years ago, their wealth still amazes us. Let's talk about how these famous people lived in the past. 10. William the Conqueror. The Builder King. William the Conqueror, the first king of England, is often regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in history. Back in his time, at the age of 38, he not only took control of the British Isles, but also accumulated a fortune that would be valued at a staggering $228 billion today. Most of his wealth came from the land he seized in Britain. To maintain control over his newly acquired territories, William imposed hefty taxes on local barons, who had little choice but to comply. With his immense wealth, he embarked on ambitious projects, constructing numerous castles, fortresses, churches, and the iconic White Tower. 9. Khan Osman Ali. India's opulent Nizam. Khan Osman Ali, the last ruler of Hyderabad in India, stands as one of the richest Indians in history, leading the princely state from 1911 until India's takeover in 1948. He reigned during a time when he was considered the wealthiest man on earth. This was especially remarkable given that he coexisted with famous tycoons like J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, and the Rothschilds. His personal wealth was nothing short of astounding, with possessions like $100 million worth of gold and silver, over $500 million worth of jewels, and the world-famous Jacob diamond, valued at approximately $50 million. 8. Nicholas Romanov, the last Russian emperor. Nicholas Romanov, also known as the last Russian emperor, is infamous for presiding over a period of Russian history that gave rise to communism. Despite the social upheaval and poverty that characterized his rule, Nicholas managed to amass a fortune of $300 billion while his subjects struggled to make ends meet. One source of his wealth was the sale of Alaska to the United States. He feared losing the region to the British and, unknowingly, parted with a land rich in resources. 7. John D. Rockefeller. The oil magnate. John D. Rockefeller, often hailed as the richest person in the world during the mid-20th century, earned the title of the most productive man who ever lived. His lifetime earnings exceeded $1.5 trillion, and his net worth at the end of his life was estimated at around $400 billion. Rockefeller's wealth came from his dominance of the U.S. oil market, where his company, Standard Oil, controlled a staggering 90% of the market share. Unlike many billionaires today, Rockefeller knew how to spend his wealth judiciously. 6. Mansa Musa, the Emperor of Mali. Mansa Musa, the ruler of Mali in the 14th century, is often regarded as the richest person in history, with an estimated net worth of $415 billion in today's currency. Mali was resource-rich and flourished under his rule. Mansa Musa's reign coincided with a period of turmoil in Europe, marked by famine, war, and plagues. He took control of the important trade city of Timbuktu and carried vast amounts of gold with him, which he distributed generously. 5. Solomon, king. The biblical wealth. According to the Bible, King Solomon was the richest ruler in history. Historical accounts suggest that he received 25 tons of gold annually for 39 years, equivalent to building a palace out of gold bricks without sharing them with anyone. His wealth, accrued through tribute taxes and other income sources, is estimated to be around $2.2 trillion in today's money. Unlike extravagant spending seen in some other rich rulers, the Bible depicts Solomon's expenditures as strictly noble, including the construction of the first Jewish temple in Jerusalem. 4. Augustus Caesar, the Roman emperor. Augustus Caesar, the Roman emperor around 2,000 years ago, strategically gained immense wealth that in today's currency would be worth a staggering $4.6 trillion. Augustus personally owned Egypt, a country that was crucial to feeding half of the Roman Empire. His nephew, Augustus, inherited at least 10 million gold coins, equivalent to roughly $200 billion today. Augustus invested heavily in infrastructure, monument construction, and public entertainment, ensuring a prosperous Roman Empire during his reign. 3. Akbar the Great, the Mughal Emperor. Akbar the Great, who ruled over a significant portion of South Asia, is believed to have controlled 25% of the world's GDP during his reign. If we were to convert his wealth to today's currency, it would amount to a mind-boggling $21 trillion. Akbar's lifestyle was the epitome of opulence. He built 3 magnificent palaces in Delhi, Agra, and Fatehpur Sikri, filled with gold and adorned with silk, marble, and artwork. A patron of the arts, Akbar spent lavishly on paintings, books, and music, and even attempted to create a fusion of Hinduism and Islam for political purposes. 2. Song Shin, the prosperous Chinese emperor. Song Shin, who ruled China from 1067 to 1085, presided over one of the most prosperous periods in the country's history. He implemented social policies that supported impoverished farmers and oversaw a time of peace and economic growth. During his reign, it is estimated that he controlled over 30% of the world's GDP, equivalent to a staggering $30 trillion in today's currency. Most of his wealth was dedicated to improving the lives of his people, and while his palaces remain architectural landmarks, few details about his personal extravagance have survived. 1. Genghis Khan, the Mongol conqueror. Genghis Khan, the Mongol ruler infamous for brutal wars and conquests, managed to amass a fortune exceeding $100 trillion. Despite his ruthless tactics, including the invention of the first bioweapon, his legacy also includes the rapid spread of the bubonic plague, which would claim a quarter of the world's population 2 centuries later. Notably, Genghis Khan distributed his wealth to his people and had an extensive family with many wives and children. His empire's economic stability and his iron-fisted rule contributed to his immense wealth. We hope you liked the video. If you did, let us know what you thought in the comments and send it to your friends as well. Don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new video.